All righty. Hello, hello. It's funny. I go back and I look back at my past videos sometimes and I say the same thing every time I come on. So it'd be weird if I didn't, I guess. So welcome to day 2 of the Confidence Quotient. I am loving some of the discussions that are going on. I think it's very interesting that as women, the differences between women and men. And I know we can get into all kinds of thoughts and feelings around that. But I'm just loving the discussions. I think it opens you up to think differently. I think it opens you up to make new choices. So continue that feedback, continue answering each other's questions, continue sharing. I love it. All right. So one of the things I wanted to talk about, sorry, as I'm looking here, is how is the homework? What did you learn? What did you learn about yourself? Where are your strengths? Love to hear that. I did post a post about it, so you can comment there or you can comment at this video. It doesn't matter. But that's one of the things I want to know. You have a lot of homework today. So that post will go out at about 3:30 this afternoon because it was so much it needed to be in writing so you can catch it all. But we are going to get started. Today, it's just going to take you having an open mind, okay? And bearing with me and talking about this. We are all in the places we are. You are the places you are because of the choices we have made. We can all probably pretty much agree to that. And the best news is if you don't like it, you get to change it. So I can't make those changes for you. I can only make changes for myself. But if you want to change what's going on in your life, you get to change that. The reason I was doing this group is because I feel like it's super important that we learn to have self-confidence, to be able to change our thoughts, to be able to change what we want to do so we can change the world. I told you yesterday, I absolutely believe that's true. I believe every single one of you has a unique gift, have something you're supposed to share with the world. You may not know what it is yet. That's okay. You may be still finding that, but you have it. It is there. And it's closer to the surface than you think. Sometimes it just takes somebody opening your eyes to something that's new and different to you that maybe you never thought that you could do. Because that's exactly what happened for me. So I just want you to tap into your inner badass this week and find out what you're supposed to share with the world and start working on that. All right, today we're going to start on a smaller scale. I feel like it's a smaller scale because this to me is easy. Somebody else may say, you're crazy. That's not easy at all. So if that's your thought, let me know. But today we're going to talk about your appearance, how you feel about your appearance, and how we can change that. Not change your appearance, but how it helps you to build confidence, right? Your brain and body are connected. You are a source of energy. And so you are either have life-sucking energy, which I hope none of you have. And if you do, we need to eliminate that. Or you have life-giving energy. And so, you surround yourself with people that have that energy. I'm just looking and figuring out I didn't turn all my lights on. That's probably why it's a little dark in here. You have life-sucking energy or you have life-giving energy. And so that's what I want you to ask yourself is which one do you feel like you have and what do we need to change? So I lived with 2 people that have life-giving energy. My son and my husband are both givers, like they're super energetic. They feed off of people, so they energize when they're around people. They love everything to do with that. And that absolutely exhausts me. I'm a high energy giver, but I need my alone time in order to recoup, to rebuild, and to be able to give more. So know where your energy comes from, where it gets depleted and where it gets built up. And know that it's okay to be high energy and to pull away sometimes. Like you can't go into hiding, but it's okay to re-energize, to recoup, to take a weekend, to take a day, to use an afternoon to re-energize. That's one of the things I want you to know because I think it's very easy not. Another thing is if you feel like shit, it's going to show to people. And I'm not talking physically. I guess I am kind of talking physically, but when you don't feel your best. You know, you're not going to put your best foot forward. You're maybe not making eye contact. You're not smiling. You're slouching. You just feel bleh. And in the world of Zoom calls right now, I think it's very easy to be like, I'm just going to shut my camera off and do whatever I want. I'm over Zoom too. I really want to be in person. But when you feel like that, that's the type of energy you're giving off, and that's how you feel. So the first step is to change that. It is almost impossible to feel bad when you're smiling. Okay, so learn to smile a lot. I built a business on cold calls. Literally, me, myself, the phone book, that's how old I am, a red pen, my phone that was attached to the wall, and a mirror. And the reason I had a mirror is I knew that if I was smiling in the mirror, that would come across in my voice. And today, I'm the worst. I'm a texter. I would much rather text than make a phone call because it's easy. It's comfortable, right? It's kind of like hiding behind a keyboard. But the inflection of your voice doesn't come through. The intention doesn't come through. And so anytime you can make a phone call, you can do a voice text, anything like that, that is going to help take the fear out of that, because now people know what you're saying and how you're saying it versus reading words on a screen, which can be interpreted a million different ways. And I know that oftentimes as women in particular, we read something and we get our backs up about something because we're like, oh, well, she meant blah, blah, blah. And I've said something to like my husband. I've said, hey, I read this and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, wow, you're reading a lot into that little message there. And I'm like, no, I mean, that's what she meant. And he's like, do you know that for sure? So I'm going to caution you about using text or email all the time. Pick up the phone, make phone calls, make sure that you are expressing yourself so people can hear your intention. They can hear the sincerity in your voice, the enthusiasm in your voice. They can hear that you care. I guess that's what's the most important. All right. I feel like it's life-giving to look somebody in the eye. I think it's even more important now than ever since we're wearing those damn masks everywhere. People can't see your smile, right? You have to make sure your eyes are smiling. So practice that. You got to smile bigger than big under the stupid mask so people know that you're smiling. That is life-giving. That's affirming to people. You guys, there is no reason every single one of us can't be smiling all the time at people. I know you don't want to. I know when you go to Walmart, you don't want to be smiling. I get it. Smile at people. Make eye contact. I'm the first one that will jump in line at the self-checkout so I don't have to deal with people. Take a step back. Go places where you can't do self-checkout. Go places where you have to have some human contact, right? That's why we're trying to get out anyway. Urge yourself on to have that contact because it's not only life-giving for them, it's for you as well. Right now, I want you to like slouch in your chair. I want you to like put on the I don't care face. Like right now, my jaw hurts from smiling, right? But when you feel like that, like how you look right now is how you're feeling inside. And we need to be really well aware of that. I don't care how I'm going to be all over my notes because I'm going to jump ahead. But when you choose to sit up straight, when you smile, I'm somebody that talks with my hands all the time. So for me to sit on my hands and not talk with them is a huge annoyance to me. So it's probably distracting for other people. Sorry about that. But when you smile, when you have sincerity, when you sit up straight, you portray confidence to other people, right? So how you walk portrays confidence to other people. How you stand portrays confidence. How you do the things, people are watching. We're all people watchers. I don't think there's very many people out there that aren't paying attention to what's going on. In some form to what's going on around them. So keep that up. So I want you to just slouch. I want you to take a nice look off your face. I just want you to be, and let me know, how do you feel? Like for me, it feels crummy. Like, I could go take a nap. What am I doing here? That type of thing. That comes across. So I will tell you, I have RBF really bad. So I spent years, and I am not kidding, years training my face to like be a nice neutral, to have a little bit of a smile. And people laugh because they think it's weird until you do it, but it's so true. Because I would sit in meetings and people would be like, "Are you angry?" And I'm like, "No, like I'm listening." Well, apparently my face said I was angry. So I did. I sat in front of that mirror, that same mirror that I did calls with, to have a nice practice face. But the reason I tell you that is it builds confidence. It absolutely builds confidence. A lot of us may not want to admit this, may not want to hear this, but how you dress and how you present yourself to the Botox helps. How you dress, how you present yourself to the outside world has a huge thing to do with your confidence. We are in the Zoom world right now, and I get that we're not out and meeting with people, but if you're having to work from home and you're dressed in your sweats and you're all comfy cozy, your confidence isn't going to be as high as you just got dressed. And I know we don't want to hear that. I know it's like, oh, but it's just easier to stay in my comfy jammies, on my phone, texting. I get it. I'm right there with you. However, I do know that getting dressed makes a difference. Years and years ago, I was told to dress for the job I wanted, not the job that I had. And if you've been in, any type of that career setting over it was 30 years ago when that started, I was just told to dress for the job you wanted. And so I dress to the nines every single day. Now, I'm in a much more relaxed position in my life where I still get dressed every day. I still put on jeans. I still do my hair. I still do my makeup. I still do all of that. And I don't do it for anybody else. I've gone to Walmart looking like crap. I mean, I went to the post office today. I left my workout class. I went to the post office. I had no makeup, all of that. I'm not saying I don't do that, but I am saying if you're working from home, if you're working with the public, if you're meeting people, how you dress that is a clue to your confidence. And that's what it shows to other people. People make a first impression of you immediately, right? You have, 6 to 8 seconds to make a first impression. And what do they see, right? They see how you're introduced to them. They see a smile. They see eye contact. They see your clothing. So keep that in mind. I would never come on here live without my hair and makeup done. And it's not, like I said, it's just a me thing. I have friends that do it and don't think twice about it and look amazing, and nobody else thinks twice about it. It's just not my gig. I just can't do it. My daughter hardly ever puts on makeup. So it's just two different ends of that sword. So you have to know what feels comfortable for you and where your comfort level is and where your confidence level is. I don't know. You guys know I'm a TV junkie. So I was watching Big Little Lies, and I should not tell you all my secrets because I'm a horrible TV junkie. Big Little Lies and The Undoing. And I was talking to my friend that was watching the same shows, and we were talking about, holy cow, the way they dress. Like if we live someplace where you could dress like that and feel like $1,000,000 all the time, it would be like life-changing, right? And it's just because it's a different type of dress. It's much more New York, get dressed, go out. I'm a Nebraska girl. I live in Colorado now. Colorado, dressing up is denim, period. You don't have to wear anything else, denim. When I lived in Chicago for a year, you couldn't go to a bar in denim. You had to be dressed, and there was a dress code. Well, there's a reason for that, right? Honestly, because the thoughts when you're dressed a certain way portrays how you act. And so, but I just think it would be fun to live in a place that you had to dress. Not all the time. I'd get sick of it after a couple months. I'm not going to lie. But just think about that. What do you have in your closet that makes you feel like $1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000? And if you have to wear it to every sales appointment you have, or every time you have to make a presentation, or any time you have to do something that's hard or uncomfortable, pull out that one outfit. Know what that outfit is, because it will change how you come across to people, and it will change, your confidence will come shining through. My daughter recently took the dental entrance exam, the DAT. She wore red lipstick for her 5-hour test because it made her feel confident. She felt like she was a badass. She had on red lips. She could do anything. Little things like that. If it's a lipstick, wear the lipstick. Whatever it is, find that for you. Need a quick pick-me-up. All right, let's say eventually, here soon, we're going to be doing presentations in front of people, or you're going to be meeting people or going to events where it's maybe a little uncomfortable. You guys know I'm not a great mixer. I don't love going into crowds and meeting new people. I will stand back and watch people. But one of the things you can do is create the Wonder Woman stance. So if I do it right now, I think you guys will miss me. But stand up, feet hip width apart, hands on your hips, and watch how that changes your demeanor. I know it's crazy and weird. Just do it, because it's one of those things when you're standing there and you're like, hey, all right, you feel pretty powerful. And it's a little trick in your mind to just flip the switch that this is what I'm going to do now. I am going to stand in my own power. I am going to stand like Wonder Woman. You know, you can do the the whole bracelet thing, whatever works for you, but conjure that up in your mind. Do it before you go into places. I'm going to a networking event tonight. I will be doing it before I get out of my car. I'll probably do it standing at the door because it makes me feel more comfortable. You know, think about little kids. Toddlers, how they walk, like they pump their arms real fast, they move their legs real fast, like they're on a mission, they're going someplace, right? There is nothing faster than a toddler trying to get away from you. Think about that. You know why it's empowering for them? They're cruising. So think about, you know, the little kid, your kids, a grandkid, whatever, something you've seen in a princess costume. Watch their demeanor totally change into a princess, into like the Batman costume. And I'm using what my kids did. I had Princess Jasmine lived with me for about 6 months. When Delaney was 3, she never took off the costume. I had to wash it at night. She would put it back on every single day. It was a midriff costume. She would wear a shirt under it in the winter, and she wore it every single place we went. I have pictures of her from when we took Spencer to have pictures done, and Delaney's in that costume. Think about that. Think about dressing for the occasion and how it makes you feel. Alrighty. Now, I want you to think of a time when you felt amazing, when you knew that you were the shit, you were it. Like, what made you feel that way? And I can tell you, so funny. I was thinking about this today when I was going through my notes. I had it was like a suede brown dress. This was in the early 80s. I was in junior high, because we didn't have middle school then. That's how old I am. Suede short sleeve dress that my grandma took me to buy. It was a choir concert at the junior high. I felt like I was the shit. It was all because of the dress. I will tell you, I have a picture, and I wore it for pictures. My husband makes fun of the picture because I had the glasses, the huge glasses, you know, that's come down. It was awful. Horrible hair, like the whole bit. I was not cute at all at that time. But I felt amazing, and it was that darn dress. And I remember that dress. I remember what it feels like. I remember the buttons. I remember the cuff on the sleeve. I remember the belt. So I want you to think back to a time when you knew that you were hot, hot stuff. And I want you to tuck that in your pocket. And I want you to remember that when things come up, when you're unsure, when you feel like, oh, what am I doing here? How am I going to fit in? I want you to conjure up that picture. I want you to put it in your head. I want you to stand like Wonder Woman with a power and a presence And then I want you to go do whatever it is you have to do. And you guys, it can be doing the laundry. I don't care. Practice at home. If you're at home now and you're slaying it in the kitchen, do it. If you have to go to the grocery store, do it. It's one of those weird things. I challenge you to just do it a few times so you can see the difference. I know it's weird. You guys, I get it. I totally get it. Yesterday, we talked about negative thoughts, touching your nose. Hey, how about after you touch your nose, you stand like Wonder Woman and regain that power? I know it's ridiculous. I also know it works. And I know ridiculous absolutely works. Okay, so I told you today was going to be short. It was short and sweet. Your homework is a lot. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's on your homework. You don't have to write this down. It's going to be posted right here in about 10 minutes, but I do want to go over it with you. And then tomorrow, I'm using my notebook. Hold on. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about getting right in the head. Okay. We're going to talk about how to control your mind, the different things you do. I believe it's easier to start on the outside because that's something that's automatic that you can make yourself do. And we're going to talk about your head tomorrow. All right. So let's take a look at homework. The first step in deciding to be confident is to be confident, to just make the decision that you want to be confident. So you have to decide right here, right now, I am going to be confident. And when you catch yourself not, or some BS comes into your head, tap your nose, stand like Wonder Woman, and correct yourself. Okay, ask yourself, what have you missed out on because you decided not to be more confident? What things have you missed out on? What family things have you missed out on? What job opportunities? What friendships? What, I don't know, love life, whatever it is. What have you missed out on because you chose not to be confident? How much pain has your insecurities caused you? So yeah, it's going to take some writing today. And I really want you to take the time to do this. How much has it cost you in your career, your love life, your relationships, your daily life? How much self-inflicted emotional pain have you endured? Okay. How much will it continue to cost you? That's a choice. What's the worst thing that will happen if you decide to change? And I am going to cover that on Friday because there are consequences or things that come from change, not bad consequences, things that are going to make you very uncomfortable. And that is something that on Friday we will cover as we wrap up. How much more are you willing to lose? How much more are you willing to lose? Now, let's look at the flip side of the same coin, right? If you decide to become more confident right now, how much more pleasure can you receive? What will your love life look like? What will your relationships look like? How would you be treated differently? How much more money could you choose to earn? What would you do for your family and friends? How amazing would you feel if you decided to be confident right now? And I think we have to flush out some of the yuck stuff in order to get to the really great stuff. And I know changing your body language, changing how you dress, changing those little things are only outward, but they're also instant. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing that you'll find on the end of the homework is to repeat. Write it down if you have to. Put it on a mirror, put it on a card, put it in your purse. I am done. Enough is enough. This is the moment. This is the very second where I decide I will become powerful, confident, and in charge. And I mean right now. What happens is if every time something crossed your head that didn't align with what you truly want, you said that to yourself. I know that each and every one of you have that within you to pull it out. I'm not saying it's easy, guys. It's not, or else we would all be and have everything that we've ever wanted, right? So you have to dig deep and you have to ask yourself the hard questions. And I'm going to, I'm going to ask you for information and for you to share, because I feel like it's important. Nobody is in this alone. As you saw going through stuff today, people have the same thoughts, the same reoccurring thoughts. We need to support each other, lift each other up, and become our own best friend, and then we can be a better friend to somebody else. So have an awesome evening. Wish me luck on my speed dating networking thing. It should be really fun. But I'm excited about it. I'm excited because it's a change and it's something new. And I haven't been to a networking event in almost a year. So I'm excited because it's going to be good. So I can't wait to hear all your thoughts. And I hope you have a great evening. And I will see you tomorrow at 3:00. We are going to talk about what's in between your ears and how to get that all aligned. So we'll talk later. Bye-bye.